Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel, Rebecca Stu and the Crew. I'm Rebecca and today I'm going to show you guys how to make two really easy DIYs using mostly items from the Dollar Tree. So the supplies you're going to need to create the first project are one of these 11 by 14 frames that you can get from the Dollar Tree, also one of these gift bags that I also found at the Dollar Tree, some flowers and leaves or little greenery of your choice. I used two of these rusty bells from Hobby Lobby, but you can get bells from the Dollar Tree as well as some twine. I also used a little bit of hot glue, and then I needed a pair of scissors and a pencil for this project here. You're also going to need some floral wire and some 2-inch wide wired ribbon. So the first thing I did was I cut off the little handle to the gift bag, and then I opened it up and cut off the one side. You get two pictures on one bag, so you can make more than one of these. Then I cut the bottom off there just to trim it and see how much I'm going to have to cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and take this paper insert that comes in the frame and fold that in half to find the center. And then I find where the center of the bag is at, which is pretty easy to find. It's right in the middle of the bow that you see on the wreath. And then once I put this paper where I want it, I go ahead and trace around it with a pen so I can cut this to size to fit inside of my frame. Once I have that all trimmed down all the way, all I'm going to do is take the picture from the gift bag and place it back in the frame, and then replace the backing to the frame, making sure that the hanger is on top in case I'm going to want to hang this, or you can set it on one of those picture easels. So once I've got that all back in, I'm just going to cut a long piece of twine that will wrap around the edge of this 3 times. I put a little bit of hot glue on the back to hold the twine on, and then I just wrap it 3 times around the edge here, kind of going back and forth in a crisscross pattern. And then once I've got it on there, I kind of arrange the string or the twine where I want it to be before I add the hot glue to the back and cut off the little bit of excess. So just arrange it how you like it and the way you think it looks nice. Now, cutting a piece of floral wire, we're going to start making our little flower for the corner here. So my battery actually died and I didn't realize it, but what I did is I cut the ribbon right down the center, and I cut about 3-inch long pieces, and then I'm just going to trim the little edges off of the ribbon here. And you're going to cut 6 pieces like this, so they end up about 2.5 to 3 inches long. And like I said, you need 6 pieces. So I filmed this part separate because I didn't realize my battery had died. So all you're going to do is fold it in half, and then you're going to fold the ends back towards the center. So you're going to look like you have a little bit of like a bow tie here. So then what I do to hold these while I do the other ones is I just hold them between my 2 fingers, and that frees up my hands to do the other 5. So like again, just fold it in half and then fold those ends back towards the front. Then you're going to take that and layer that on top of the last one, and you're just going to do these all straight on top of each other, and you're going to complete all 6. Once all 6 are done, the piece of floral wire that you just cut, we're going to lay that down in the center. Now we're just going to pull this wire tight and twist it a few times, and that could be used to help attach it to whatever you're going to attach it to, or you can nip those off and just attach it with some hot glue or some E6000 or even some Fix-All adhesive from the Dollar Tree. So once you've got that wire pulled tight, all you're going to do is take your wired ribbon and you're going to pull them out into a circle so you can create a small poinsettia. You can make these pretty much any size. You can do really large ones, you could do these smaller ones, and then you're just going to take a couple little beads or some little berries from some of the greenery that Dollar Tree has and glue a few to the center to make it look like a flower. So back to the one we were making. So I've got this twine. I tied a knot in it to make it 2 different lengths, and I'm going to tie 2 of these rusty bells to the bottom of them, and once I've got those tied into place, I'm just going to use my scissors and cut off the little bit of excess on the bottom of the bells there. And then as you can see, I tied a little knot at the top so that these hang staggered here, so when I hang them they won't be right next to each other. So now, just using a little bit of hot glue, I'm going to go ahead and attach this right to the picture frame up at the top. Once that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and take my flower, add a little bit of hot glue, and attach that above the up in the corner there, and that's going to hide that little knot from the twine that I used to hang those bells. So then I'm going to take this little piece of greenery that I had left over from another project, and I'm going to cut the little berry or holly leaves off, and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on there and then just stick those underneath of the flower so it looks like I have a poinsettia, and then a little bit of white berries. And this is what the front corner looks like completed, and the whole project is super simple. You guys, this is so easy. Anybody could do this. I hope you like that one. So now the supplies for the second project we're making here, we're going to use one of these glitter deer heads and one of these framed mirrors from Dollar Tree, as well as some of the little greenery and berries from Dollar Tree, some twine, and then I also used a pair of scissors. I also needed a pencil because I needed to trace on the paper the size of the frame, some hot glue, and then some ribbon of your choice. The last thing you're going to use is some scrapbook paper. I choose to use the black and white buffalo plaid. So all you're going to do is take the back of this glass frame apart, pull that glass out and set that aside. You can use it in another project. We're not going to use it for this one. Trace the backing to your frame on the buffalo plaid paper, cut that out, and then we're going to make sure it fits and trim it if necessary. Then just using some hot glue, we're going to glue this paper in place. Now we're going to go ahead and put this back in the frame. And most of this is done already. It's really simple to do. So once we figure out where we want our deer to be, we just hot glue that into the center. And now we're going to make a very simple bow using 4 different colors of ribbon. So I use about a 5-inch piece of ribbon, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces for each style of ribbon that I have here. So it's going to be 8 pieces altogether. So using a little bit of the floral wire, I cut that out so it's ready to go, and I'm ready to tie my bow. And we're just going to make a simple X pattern, just layering these pieces of ribbon, alternating between the burlap in black and the burlap in white. So once we've got those all done, we're going to go ahead and take our ribbon and flip it over, and then right in the center there we're going to tie this floral ribbon tight. And it's a little bit difficult to do, so you kind of really have to pull there with so much ribbon in the center. Give it a couple twists in the back, and then all you're going to do is take your ribbon and adjust it around. It's nice because it has wire in it, so it's pretty easy to move around and make it look like a bow. Once I have it all done, I decide where I want it up in the front, and I just use that floral wire to go ahead and tie it right to the frame. Then I used a little bit of twine and made a little bow for the center and glued on a little bit of berries on either side of the bow. So this is the deer on the frame. This is the front bow there. I actually used raffia, not twine. I apologize for that. And this is the finished product. So they're both really easy projects to do. I love how they turned out. I like having a couple of things that can go together to decorate with similar themes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And here are some other videos from our channel that you might also enjoy.